What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be going over how you can join one of the best roleplay servers worldwide on console to date, and that would be Horizon Roleplay, of course. If you guys are going to enjoy today's video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe with notification on, as I do upload quite a lot of content from the server, including live streams, videos, and a lot more. So if you are interested, definitely go do all that. Without further ado, get straight into today's video. You guys are probably wondering, what is Horizon Roleplay? Well, simply, Horizon Roleplay is, like I said, the absolute best roleplay server on console, and I can say that with confidence. Nearly 10,000 members, growing by the hundreds every single day. The server is filled to the brim with active players, plethora of features to make roleplay immersive and fun and realistic. The great thing about Horizon Roleplay is you will quite literally always have something to do in RP. A lot of console RP servers are kind of stuck just waiting to be allowed to do a lot of stuff. Like a lot of other console roleplay servers, we do have priority requests, but the only thing that this is for are things like bank robberies, large scenes like that. That's about it. You can pretty much do whatever you want as long as it's within reason and follows the rules, which, by the way, the rule set in Horizon is great. Won't feel restricted. However, when everyone follows them, roleplay feels very realistic and amazing. As I said before, Horizon offers a ton of features cater to the roleplay in the server, and to go over a few of them, Horizon has crafting, craft drugs, also craft guns as well to sell to other players. Now, some things in the server obviously make more money than others. You'll have to figure that out on your own in RP. Everybody else. Money is the entire backbone of roleplay, and when it comes down to it, you're gonna need to try and get as much as you can. Thankfully, the main goal of the server isn't to just see who can get richest the fastest. Roleplay is #1 in the server, and you're gonna have a lot more fun roleplaying than you will trying to grind for money, and believe me, it won't feel like a grind. It's super fun, very immersive, and plenty of ways to do it. You can work realistic 9-to-5 jobs, which there is a long list of in the server, as well as a lot of other illegal activities, such as robbing banks, stores, players, crafting and selling drugs or weapons. That's not all. That's just a small list of what you can do to make money. Furthermore, the server provides roleplay for not just PlayStation 4, but also PlayStation 5. You know, a lot of you next-gen people have been looking for a roleplay server for probably quite a while, and you've probably been dying to see some GTA RP and 60 FPS, and here it is. An important takeaway from all this is it is still a roleplay server, and it is going to have, now, obviously, you aren't going to be able to hop into the server, get on your oppressor, and start blowing things up. This can even go with small things, like getting into a car and just crashing into other things or players. Stuff like that is what makes a roleplay server not feel like a roleplay server. We do take that very seriously. Thanks to our amazing moderation system, we can kick and ban players from the actual lobby in real time, instantly. So decided you wanted to go around and blow everything up, well, to say the least, isn't gonna happen. No, seriously, like, can't. It doesn't work like that. We can kick people instantly. So along with all that, cool cars to buy, and much more, all you have to do is join the server. Whitelist, there is an age limit. So now remember, when you join the server, there's going to be a section called Getting Started, and the first thing you're going to be greeted to is a How to Join channel. This is a very important channel. You more, it's going to show you exactly what you need to do in order to join. First things first, you will need your PlayStation Network username, good understanding of how to roleplay and how roleplay works. You need to understand all of our roleplay rules to their fullest. And finally, you're going to need to apply for whitelist. So make sure you read before you apply channel. So in order to join RP, all you need to do is simply join off a host's name using the crew member list in the online tab. That's pretty much it. Pretty easy. It's seamless. You don't have to add anybody. You don't have to wait for an invite. You can join whenever you want. Kind of cool. However, if you do get denied, feel free to ping a staff member and politely ask for another try. Moving on to the before you apply channel, we don't expect absolute paragraphs for most of the questions. However, only a few words aren't going to cut it. Lack of creativity will also result in denial. Answering questions like straight up I don't know, etc. will also result in denial. Giving the wrong PlayStation username will also result in denial. An example of giving the wrong username would be, besides giving the actual wrong username, which we will find out later on when you go to request to join the crew, is giving us a name that has a space in it. Now, the thing about PlayStation Network usernames is they can't have spaces, so if you do apply with one and it does have one, believe it or not, we've got plenty of those, you're not going to get accepted. So just keep that in mind. Answers to situational questions must be at least a minimum of 2 to 3 sentences long. Not a whole lot to ask. It's just so we know that you actually care and you are a creative and well thought out role player. Want to apply for LEO or EMS? That can all be done in the main server. Like I said earlier, retrying is an option. If you did fail, that's not the end of it. However, if you were denied because of your age, will most likely be told in your application as the denial reason. So just keep that in mind. If you are denied for something that is like your age, or we're told explicitly that the application was, well, I hate to say it, but so bad that we don't want to allow you to reapply. Yes, we've gotten applications that bad, and the only reason is because it's just incredibly low effort. If you genuinely put effort into not trying, not gonna get in. Another thing is you will be asked about the character you intend to have in RP. Basic answers like a gangster or a civ or a cop not gonna be enough. The character needs to have a backstory and insight as to how they will interact with others in RP. Like seriously, this is the player you're going to be in RP for the long run. You need to really think about this. So now that you've read all that, you're ready to go apply. So head over to the apply channel, make a selection, choose the whitelist application. The questions are going to be done in your DM, so you need to make sure you have your DMs set to open, otherwise you won't be able to complete the application. Feel free to turn them off after that, but they will need to be on for the duration of the application. You can always cancel and retry, but I highly recommend you read everything very, very carefully. As like I said, we do look for effort, so put a lot of it in, try hardest. Now, a lot of players decide, now if you want to skip some of the grinding and money making in the server, there's a packs channel. If you do want, you can always go and buy a pack or two, entirely up to you. We have sales on these all the time, and to keep in mind, packs are non-refundable and they don't reoccur monthly. We've had some people ask us if once they buy a pack, do they get that money the month after? No, you don't. I do apologize, but that's not how it works. Cash is a one-time purchase. Everything you need to know in order to buy them will be listed in that channel, so don't worry. Now, I think it's best we go through a couple of the roleplay rules that we do have in place. Now, there's some basic ones that is more general knowledge for just most roleplay servers. When it comes down to Horizon, there's gonna be some things that are a little more important than others. Now, don't get me wrong, all the rules are important. I think most of these are common knowledge. So when it comes to weapons that are banned in RP, we don't have a list of exactly which weapons are banned. If it's not listed in the shop, in our Discord, in the main server, you can't use it. So if you're wondering why you can't buy a minigun, well, if it's not in the store, then you can't use it. So obviously you can't use a minigun. Anything equals work or equals salvage or any economy related commands out of character or out of RP will immediately result in getting the money you made removed and being muted. Now that's not really worth it, and it's kind of a waste of your time and, well, money of course. So don't do it, just wait till you're in RP, do it properly. There's a channel called Jocks, which will explain to you exactly how you can do work correctly. Player arrests, when you are being detained, arrested, you cannot run anymore. You must immediately listen to the LEO that is telling you to stop. Obviously, if you have been tased, can't keep running. They will cuff you and take care of it from there. It comes down to drive-bys. A lot of servers have gangs and whatnot. Drive-bys, any kind, whether or not the vehicle is moving, are completely prohibited. So, to successfully complete a heist, you must buy a VPN in the server, and you will need a vault code. VPN will give you access to the dark chat, which is pretty much the web. Like work, you will need to log who is with you in the robbery arrived, and you must do equal use code. Heist must be requested first in the priority request channel. Of course, you can't just go to a bank and expect cops to show up. You're gonna need to request it because if there aren't enough LEO online, obviously you can't do a heist. When it comes to laws in the server, obvious disregard for our in-game rules, traffic laws, etc., felony, misdemeanor, and clear disregard for server rules will lead to a straight up ban. There is no RP reason to just speed everywhere. You go and follow absolutely no traffic laws. The only reason is because you want to be chased, and that's cop baiting. So don't do it. Death. Now, if you die in RP, which, I mean, at some point everyone's going to probably get killed depending on how they RP. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, but it can. Do die in RP, like everyone else, go into passive mode for 20 minutes. It seems like a long time, but it's kind of there so you think about things you do before doing them. So instead of just getting into a fist fight with somebody, potentially risking getting beat to death, you probably shouldn't do it, or at least run away. Something else to make completely clear is if you do leave when you die, that is considered combat logging, and it will result in a day mute and being removed from the crew, which will immediately kick you from the lobby. If you do join back, or if you were hoping you could join back again, you won't be able to. Of course, if you are busy and you do have to leave at some point when you do happen to die, make sure you let a staff member know, because otherwise it does genuinely look like you're just combat logging, and well, of course, obviously we don't want to see that. In terms of voice chat in roleplay, it takes place in voice channels in Discord. If someone's near you in a civilian room and when they leave and get far away from you, you would obviously leave voice channel. You can just stay in it because there are voice channels that are radio frequencies which allow you to speak over long distances. When it comes to items, all items like cars, guns, and any other miscellaneous items you look to use in-game /RP have to be purchased in the Discord first. Players spot you doing otherwise will be kicked from the session. So if you join lobby and you're driving a car you don't actually own an RP, which is very easy for staff to tell, we can just check that in 2 seconds. It will be immediately removed without warning. So the point to take away from that is you should probably just read the rules first and understand that that's how it works instead of having to be warned. Staff and myself don't have enough time to just constantly go around and warn players, so when you read the rules, learn it the first time, understand them, and everything will be good. Player names in the options menu in the online tab, player overhead display, vehicle flipping. Not at any point manually flip your vehicle over. You will be warned and potentially kicked from the lobby if you do this. So if your car flips over, realistically, are you gonna just turn your steering wheel and flip it back on its heels? Probably not. Don't do it. It is against the rules. Heist and player robbery payouts. Now, players cannot be robbed of their items. Players cannot be robbed of their items, and only a maximum of $2,000. Police robberies, liquor stores, 24/7s, and LTDs are a maximum of $5,000. However, tax standard is a $25,000 payout, and that is split amongst all people who participated in the heist. If you, of course, died, you won't get a cut. So only people that lived get a cut. So if 4 players, so if 2 people are robbing Pacific Standard and only 1 person makes it out, they only get half the cut. They don't get the full 25,000. That is kind of how it works. Gang roleplay. Gangs are currently not allowed in RP. There's a reason for that. We've been having a lot of issues with gangs and gang-related things in RP. We'll get a little bit too toxic when it comes to that. So for the time being, they are only banned. However, that doesn't mean they're not going to make a comeback. So keep an eye out. Alien identification, you must create a license in the DMV channel, and the name you choose is the name you will go by in roleplay. Now, it's got to be realistic. Obviously, you can't go as, you can name your character something ridiculous, like Mudface McGee. Obviously, it needs to be realistic. It can be a play, it can be a bit of a joke, but it obviously cannot be just straight up vulgar, or anyone else's real name, including it. At least I would hope it's not your own real name. Obviously, we're not going to know that otherwise. That's just some of the rules. There's still more. Obviously, when you join the server, you can go read them yourselves, but there's just a list of them. If you guys are interested, you can always join. There's a link in the description, and there will be one in the comments as well. If you guys ever expired, just let me know in the comments. I read every single one of them. I will send you one, and you should be able to join after that. If you guys did enjoy this video, share it with a friend. Let them know if they are interested in roleplay servers on GTA or PS4 or PS5 that they can always join Horizon. Again, nearly 10,000 members growing every single day. Share the video, drop a like, subscribe. See y'all later.